there, my name is Susie Lanier and I am from Huntsville, Alabama, and we are so glad that you are joining us today again for another episode. And this is actually episode 54. And we're going to be talking about things that we're knitting and crocheting and sharing life and just all the little joys that we experience each day of our life. And I hope that you have got something great to drink and a project in your lap, and you're in for a great episode.
And my name is Linda Belcher, and I live in Rockwell, North Carolina. Doesn't that sound charming? And it is. I have neighbors. I have the Waltons and the Rogers. I think I've said that before, and people think I make that up, but I'm not. I live in a nice little neighborhood with all of that. But anyway, and yes, so this is episode 54, as she said, and just so you know, before we get started, all of our notes are down below. So if you are looking for links for things we've talked about, they're all down below. So you haven't missed anything. No worries. And you can also find us on Instagram. And we have our personal accounts and then our Yarn Over With Us account. So, and as many of you who are American citizens know, we are celebrating our 250th birthday. So this will come out right before the 4th of July. You know, our country was supposed to be an experiment, and that was really our founders were like, we're going to try something new because we're the first truly free people-run country. And even though we've had some bumps in the road, our nation is still an amazing country, and it's mostly because we are founded on the most basic principles, and that is the 10 Commandments. And I think I think most people adhere to those tenets, and so we are so blessed here in this country. And it's been really fun to watch on YouTube because people who are visiting here because of the it's the, what is it, the cup?
The World Cup.
That's it, the World Cup, of course.
The World
So
Cup.
we have a lot of European visitors coming this summer, and they are blowing up YouTube with YouTubes about America, like what their thoughts are. I mean, one couple is so cute because they've been in the South and they've discovered Buc-ee's. And they're like, we just cannot believe a petrol station is this fun, you know? And they're talking about it. But the takeaway of it all is that they find America very different than maybe they're hearing on the news. But isn't that with most things? They're finding Americans are very friendly, hospitable, and a lot of fun. And so they're having a great time. Like I said, we're going to work things out, and we always do. And
proof that we can't always believe the media. They tell us what they want us to believe, not what really truth is, and we have to be willing to look for truth. We have to look for it.
Absolutely. We're a little bit out of practice. We've been gone a while, so here we are. So anyway, but happy birthday, America.
Happy birthday, America. And I'm so proud to be an American.
I am too.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start. I want to do something kind of fun right away, kind of like at a birthday party, how you have games. This is going to be our game. What is the most American food that you can think of? Write in the comments. What is the most American food?
You want me to give you mine?
Yes. Yeah. What's your answer?
Fried chicken and macaroni and cheese.
I think fried anything is very American.
Yeah, the fried chicken and macaroni and cheese.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like, that is the most comfort. In fact, the other day I asked my husband, I said, honey, what are the most 5 comfort foods that your most favorite 5 foods? And it was interesting, his choices. He really couldn't even give them to me to begin with. And I said, oh my gracious, I can think of mine right now, you know. But macaroni and cheese and fried chicken were definitely in there.
Yeah, I think hot dogs and French fries. Hot dogs and
French
cheeseburgers
fries have got to be in there, and cheeseburgers.
Are very American. And probably barbecue. Barbecue is really American. But hot dogs, I think, comes, and corn dogs. You know, it's the stuff you see at the state fairs.
Yeah.
So anyway, so happy birthday, America.
Happy birthday.
And let's see what else. So podcast updates. We have some exciting things. Share with us, Susie, about our Zoom.
Our Zoom was amazing. It was just this past Saturday, and we are now had that regularly scheduled each month for the last Saturday of every month at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And the way that you can be a part of that is you've got to go to our website at yarnoverwithus.com, and you've got to sign up for our email, because that's how you will get the link. And you've just got to be a part of it. It was
so
amazing.
Fun.
We have got people from all over the world joining us on our on our Zoom call, and it's so wonderful. In fact, I even mentioned on the Zoom call Saturday that I think about Canada and people that live there, and I've never been, but now I have friends that are in Canada, and
I know.
I think of our Yarn Circle friend that gets on from Scotland, and we've got people from all over the United States getting on, and Ireland, and it's just so amazing, and it has expanded our circle of friends that love fiber and needles and working with their hands. And you know, even though we really don't know a lot about each other when we get on the Zoom call, it's just friendship from the very beginning. It's just it's wonderful. And we also share some things that are more personal to the Zoom call that we wouldn't share on our episodes here. And so if you want to kind of be in the inner circle, you got to be a part of the Zoom call. You've just got to go over to yarnoverwithus.com, and you've got to be a part of our email blast. And we do not bother you. We only send out these emails. We don't bother you with a bunch of emails. We just send them out when there's important information. We want you to, when you see that email, that you want to click on it. It's like, what kind of important information are they sending out? So, you've just got to be a part of the Zoom call.
Well, and we are going to have an event happening next March, and if you're not on the Zoom calls, you probably won't be allowed to come, because you really will be a stranger. You know, it'll be an intimate thing, so you definitely want to be on those calls. And and then the next thing is our Ravelry group. Ravelry.
Yeah,
Sometimes that's so hard to say.
It is. It's a hard word.
Ravelry.
Ravelry.
But we have to thank Heather from Nova Scotia. She has truly been, without her, we probably would have never done this, because we wouldn't know what to do or what even was possible. And then I call her Care Bear. Karen from Care Bear Knitwear. She has a podcast. She offered a whole lot of information as well. But so we now have a Ravelry group. And we're going to be using it for future events and different things. And so Heather is one of our moderators, and she's going to be helping us and starting forums and whatnot. So it'll be fun. But so we have that.
So just go over to Ravelry, and in the search bar, put Yarn Over With Us, and you'll find us and join our group.
Yeah, and then some of our emails will be about probably that, so that people are exposed to it. So anyway, we have that. And then our next episode, I believe, which will be in 2 weeks, is going to have a special guest. And that's something you're not going to want to miss, because we're really excited.
We're excited
and
about
so summer is going to be really fun, and we're just going to be kind of snowballing right into fall. And it's just so crazy how fast time is going. I should have, besides the sweater video that I remember because it was so short, what were we last talking about on our last episode?
I don't know, but the short episode was so well received. I mean, it was great. Linda, you did a great job, on that.
Well, thank you.
Very professional. It was great.
When I have time to think about what I'm going to say, it's always helpful.
You did a great job. And you know what? The comments and the things that were said, people are looking for help. If they're like me, I don't just pick up a pattern and know exactly what to do with it all the time.
Sure.
And hearing other ideas and things that people are doing, little tips, those are the kind of things that are so important to those of us that are holding fiber and needles. And so it was a great episode, and it was short. And sometimes that's what we need. We need, because life is crazy busy. And so if you haven't seen the last episode that talked about actually the ranunculus and a different way to knit it, you need to go back and view that about 10 minutes. So you got 10 minutes, sit down with a cup of coffee and view it. I think you'll enjoy it.
I think, and just so you guys know, I'm knitting another modification on the yoke. But I think, and we, this pattern, of course we didn't make it. We have nothing to do with the pattern except to say that it is a pattern that has such great instructions about different areas of the sweater that you can then take those and be brave. And many of you are, because you've shared under the comments, I'm doing this with another sweater and I'm doing this. Be brave. If you need to put a lifeline in it so that if you need to pull it out, you can just go back to the beginning, Yeah. But be brave and do your own thing. And sometimes, as I said in that video, I can spot a ranunculus like this. It's got a very distinctive, I love it, but I just want to do something different. And so you can take the elements from it. You can get rid of all of them. You can just do so many things with that pattern. So it's really a genius little pattern. And if you ever had to buy one pattern to knit all of your sweaters, long sleeve, short sleeve, turn them into tops or blouses, really, for me, that's the pattern. And I guess the other thing about it is it's just so easy to use any yarn you have. I could go over there and get, pull some yarn out, and I know what to do because of her charts, where I can go with it. And I just love that, because I have a lot of yarn and I want to use them. So so that's a great little pattern. But anyway, enough of that already. So now let's get, I think we talked about all of our I think that's it for all of our business. So let's talk about yarny stuff. I love, love, love your scarf. Love it.
You.
Shawl, scarf.
Yeah, this is the Mini Solutions scarf.
It's beautiful. And I love those colors.
I am in love with it because, even now with the sleeveless little top on, it creates such warmth just on my shoulders. Yeah. And it adds color. It's like a piece of jewelry. It can be worn in so many different ways. And so, it has become a part of the list of comfort knitting, and we talk about that a lot here on this channel. But if you've not knitted the Mini Solution scarf with minis, if you have loads of minis, or you go to a yarn shop and you just want to buy a little something there, buying the minis and having something that that you can knit with very quickly and put on your needles. This is such an amazing pattern. I just love it. It's got to be, you got to go get it.
Yes, and so if you had scraps, for instance, you could have smaller stripes and do the same design and make it as big as you want.
Yeah.
I love it.
The largest the pattern calls for is 120 grams of yarn, and it's finger and weight. But you could do it with really any weight. You could do it, and it's just such an easy pattern.
I like it.
I'm on my third one, so I really love it. I'm on my third one. I've started it. Yeah, I can show it. I showed it a little bit the last episode, but I hadn't done much. Well, you know what? I don't think I did show it. I just said that I had started it.
No, so, I think you were working on your second. I think you were still working on your second one, the one you were working on in May, I thought.
Oh, well, I finished that one.
Oh,
that was
that's
this one.
For the girls.
Yeah, this is the one that I'm working on for the girls. Oh. I'm doing one for each of my granddaughters, and they just absolutely love it.
So you're doing a Mini Solutions mini.
Yes, and I'm using the yarn that we got when we were in Utah, and they love it. It's just got a lot of little sparklies in it, and it's very young girl looking. Yeah. And I'm going to use the main color for each of the girls. I think one of the hanks might be a little bit different, but it still has the little Selena in it, which makes it sparkly. And this corresponding color will be purple in one and a chartreuse green in another one. So they have...
And the main color the same, so they can tell the difference by their stripe. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, so I don't know if you can see the sparklies in here. It's not really coming through, but there is... It glistens. It almost reminds me of like little fairy dust.
Fairy wings. That's what I thought when I saw it. It was like the iridescent or the transparent of little wings. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
So so I'm working on this one. This is my third one. I have this one and one other one that I have already done. And my first one I used 6 mini skeins, and then this one that I'm wearing I used 5 mini skeins. And I'm debating on whether or not to use an equivalent to 3 in this for the girls, because they're young and they're small, you know, and so it doesn't need to be huge for them. But I just love it. It just goes with me, and it's easy to knit on. So that is something that has been on my needles for the last few weeks. And I do have something that I have finished, but it's a part of a big project. So, you know, I'm doing the Yorkshire blanket, and I'm doing the squares each month. So these are 3 of my squares that I've done, and I have 2 more that are similar to these, and I only have 1 more to finish the 6. So each time I get my yarn, I'm doing 6 squares. And I'm so excited. I was looking where I was stacking them, and this is what I've done so far.
Oh, wow.
Since I started in January. So these are all, and I'm only doing the Yorkshire rows in the Yorkshire blanket pattern. And so these are all of my squares that I've done so far. And this,
and
of
you
course,
need
is
how
crochet.
many?
Well, I'm going to get 12. I'm going to get 12. Well, I'll get 24 100 grams of fingering yarn, and I will make 6 each month. So 6 times 10 is 60, with 12 more, it'll be 72 squares. It's going to be a nice size blanket. And so that is a year project that I'm working on. And my next squares that I'm going to be working on will be done with these colors.
Oh,
and this comes from a yarn box that I get called the Yarn Bliss box. It's a monthly club, and these are going to be beautiful. And of course, you know, I think that they are really doing a good job kind of corresponding the colors. You know, I think that once I put all these colors together, that they're going to really be pretty, even though there's different, you know, there's always more of a variegated and a tonal, but this time this variegated one is kind of slightly variegated, and this is a beautiful tonal. So that's what I'll be doing. My next 6 squares will be out of that. And then, of course, you know, I talk about my cozy comfort blanket that I'm doing with a homespun house, and I've just about finished this color right here, and I'm behind. And so I'm just going to lift it so you can see. If you're new to the channel, this is my cozy comfort blanket that I'm doing this year. And I'm just about finished doing this color. And the next color will be this.
I love, love, love that, of course.
And then the next color will be this.
Oh, that's pretty. Is that maroon or like a chocolate brown?
This is like a chocolate brown. And actually both...
It's kind of modeled,
of
so
these,
it's really
both
pretty.
of these colors are speckled in here.
Yeah.
And so I kind of guessed what her next colors were going to be just because of the speckles in here. And she brought this one out, and then this one is the June color.
Are you going to do the blue? So you're going to do the blue next and then the brown?
The blue next and then this. I'm doing them in the order that she's doing them. So,
oh, that's fun.
You know, I looked at it this way, but I kind of like that pop of color next to the light. And that was the way she dyed it. And that's the way I've received it. So, she is a wonderful dyer, and so and she is in Germany, I believe. And so if you go to a homespunhouse.com, she actually still has advents listed there. And
Really?
so if you haven't picked up an Advent for December and the holiday, that is an option, and hers are always beautiful. And then
Wow.
also,
Yeah.
she has got a four set, four sock sets that you would have one for each of the Advent Sundays in December, and that's on her website. So she has both available still. And so if you're looking for something like that for Advent, that's a place to go, a homespunhouse.com.
You know, Susie, last year, or was it the year before? No, it was last year. Everybody was coming out in April, and we were in this like panic about getting Advents.
Yeah.
And this year, many of them were not introduced till June, which frankly, I like. You know, it's like
Yeah.
April is almost like too early for me to think about Christmas. You know, I'm just, my brain just doesn't want to go there because I'm looking to summer. But just to know that when a lot of them come out in April, well, hopefully next year's the same. If you haven't gotten the April or even May, there's still June. And I've still been seeing on Instagram that there are beautiful dyers that still have them available now, almost
Well,
July.
and I'll tell you another dyer. It's Emma's Yarn, EMMA apostrophe
That was
S,
a
Emma's
pretty
Yarn.
one.
And I did that one year. In fact, I got it from, and we'll be talking about
Yes.
Peggy at the Salty
I think our
Sheep
first
Yarn
year-
shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
24.
I crocheted another square in the Yorkshire blanket. I choose one and do it over and over because I just don't, again, I'm all about the comfort knitting, and I don't want to be thinking about multiple patterns,
Right.
you know, in my squares. But I used Emma's yarn for one of my Advents, and you cannot order that online. You have to go to the website, find the yarn shops that carry Emma's yarn, and find the ones that actually have them available to purchase. So you have to purchase them from a local yarn shop.
Okay.
But they and you can't buy any of the yarn online through the website.
Isn't that where
It's
the
all
Salty
through-
Sheep, where you got yours that
I
year?
got mine from the Salty Sheep in
So
Swansboro,
she's
North
got Emma's
Carolina.
yarn. Ooh, I'm going to have
She
to
has
go when I'm
Emma's
there.
yarn there, and she had to give an order in for the Advents in June. She had to find out
Okay.
who, because I was there and was chatting with her, and she had to, I think in the month of June, give a count to them how many that she would be getting to sell.
Right.
So I don't know if she has any extra, but
Right. Oh, I'm not looking for it. What I'm really going to
Yeah.
go look at is, does she have minis, like for sock minis?
she does. And
Good.
I did some purchasing there, and so I'll get to share that in just a few minutes.
Ah.
But yeah, so what I've got on my needles, that's kind of what I have on my needles to show today. Not a lot of finished stuff, but a lot of ongoing stuff. It's keeping me busy. But I've got some new things that I want to cast on for Christmas. And you know, with July approaching, we have to think about if we're going to do anything for Christmas giving. July is the month that you better start getting it on your needles. And
If not
deciding what you're
sooner,
gonna do.
'cause-
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it'll be
I-
here before we know it.
I've decided I really have a yarn problem. No, I have a knitting problem. I really do. And my problem
I think we
is,
all do. All of you listening,
Well-
I guarantee you can say the same thing. We all have a problem.
well, so here's my problem. I used to be a monogamous project knitter. And then I got brave and I started multiple projects. Now the problem is I have so many projects going, and my new thing is I try to touch every one of them every day. So it might be 15 minutes, might be 20, might be an hour, depends. But because if I don't, I forget what I'm doing and I
Yeah,
lose the flow.
It's easy to do that.
But I don't get anything done. And, you know, because I'm doing a little bit, it's all spread out, my knitting time.
Yeah.
And I actually contacted one of our Yarn Circle knitters yesterday. I was desperate for help. I contacted Tammy. I'm so glad she's a sock aficionado.
Yeah, she loves those socks.
She does, and she does summer camp.
And she does a great
and everything.
job.
She does, and I knew she'd have an answer. I mean, but anyway, I've been doing a lot of unknitting, because I'm trying new things, and the designing process it takes time. I literally had to take my Danny sweater totally apart for the 4th time. However, the 5th time is a charm. I don't even need to look at the directions. I don't need to keep track on my knit companion. I know what I'm doing. I've got this. I'm good. So that's nice. But, I literally took the piece because I'd finished a skein and knit from the boo-boo knit onto the onto the new knit. And then the socks. So my husband has pretty good sized calf muscles, but his feet aren't that big. And so his leg was fitting beautifully, and then we got to the ankle and it was just this big puff. And so I thought, and I tried it on his foot, and I just turned the heel and did the gusset. And anyway, and so I'm like, I have to modify this. And so my idea was to take it down to row 40, because I do 60 rows of leg, and then start decreasing to the medium and do a medium, because I do use a 1.5 needle. I can't do smaller. My hands can't handle it. They're just too tiny. I mean, it's hard as it is. And so I thought, can I do that? Will that work? I mean, why wouldn't it work? But I don't know. I don't know anything about socks. And so she said, yes, that'll work. And she has heard from other people that they've done the same thing. So I start out at casting on 72 and work down to 64. Is it 64?
Yeah, 64.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
And now it fits them great, so it's like,
awesome.
So the sock has to do this. And I probably would be okay because of the stretch to just do the whole thing at a medium anyway. But with this pair, I have to make them the same. So I took all these notes and blah, 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 so, yeah. So I'm going to forge through, because actually
he is going to love those socks.
He's got some already, but I had knit them. Well, one pair I knit for him and one pair I knit for his father, and they probably were mediums and they fit him fine. But I guess, I don't know, I just knit a larger because that's what I was told to do by somebody.
The biggest issue about picking the size is being able to pull that sock over the heel. And my son has a very, very high arch, and I have to do 70. He's got very small legs. And I do knit mine on either 1s or 1.5s, but I have to do a 72 stitch cast on, because if I don't, he can't pull it over his heel.
Yeah, and see, Danny's feet are not huge, long, or have a big, well, he probably does have high arches, he would say, but he can stretch this out. But you can kind of see where I started to go in a little bit, which won't show on his leg. So this is all I've got. I mean, on our Zoom, I was already almost going to be doing the whole foot, but I had to tear it all down. So that's okay. But it's okay. But man, these vanilla socks, of course, this is the Crazy Sock Ladies vanilla sock pattern. And but I do it on the 2 16-inch, which I love. It's so easy for me, and it just works. And so I'm actually really enjoying this. So that's good. And then, of course, I'm knitting my sweater, which we won't get into that right now because I'm going to have a grand reveal. But I did something. Did I talk about this project?
I don't know if you've actually talked about that.
I am making a crossbody bag, out of raffia. And I had this wild hair, which was really wild, to begin crocheting right-handed with this crazy fiber. And at first, because I am a left-hand crocheter, because that's how I learned, but I want to crochet right-handed. So I began, and it has been it's slow, but I don't think it is partially because I'm still adjusting to my new hand, but I think mostly it's just this stuff is really weird to work with. But at first I liked it because it didn't flop around. But then I decided it's probably a little bit of a hindrance. But this is going to be nice. So I'm going to share the video when it's all done. But this is actually a video tutorial from a woman in Turkey. And she has a channel, and so it's going to be like this, but it's going to be wider. And then I bought, this whole thing is just, it's going to be really easy once I get done. I tried to get Susie to make one at convention with me. So I went and got this.
She couldn't talk me into it.
It's okay. So I went and got this
bag. But I can't wait to see yours.
It's so easy. So basically, I'm gonna make this. Oh, I'm almost there. Ooh, I am almost there. And then this is gonna wrap around. Okay. And then so this is my lining, so things don't fall through. And this is gonna be my chain.
Oh, wow.
For going across. And, then you get the rings and stuff. And so, the strap was the hardest thing. Well, the raffia wasn't easy to find either, actually.
You found all of that online. You had to buy all that online.
Only the raffia. This I got all at Hobby Lobby. So this cost very little. This was in Hobby Lobby's, wherever these are, you're going to find these. And if I hate it, the chain, that is, I'm going to use the one I bought from Amazon that already fell apart. This is why we make our own things. They won't fall apart. I bought this one, but it's too small. It's too small. And yeah. I'll probably use this. This is fun. I'm going to put that on there. But it already fell apart. The lining is just garbage. And, look at there. There's a sustain.
Oh.
But I bought it for Key West, so, I could have a cross body bag. But it's falling apart, and it's just junk. But I might salvage, the handle, because it just comes right off. But I think I kind of like the chain. I don't know if it's too dressy or if it will be uncomfortable, but I'll have a backup. So I will salvage the parts. It's like the pull apart of crafts. If everybody knows what pull apart is for auto parts.
Yeah.
Anywho, so I've got one should I need it. But yeah, so I'm making that, but I only do it a little bit because I'm just not enjoying it. I hate to say it. I'm just not enjoying it because it's kind of hard and it's frustrating and it seems slow. Sorry for all the noise. I'm putting this all away. So that's what I'm doing.
You've got to finish it because you are.
I will. Oh, I will. I'll finish it. I have so little left. But I'm actually also, you guys, crocheting differently. So when I crochet with my left hand, I hold it like a pencil. And I'm right-handed, right? But I'm crocheting this way. With my right hand. Even though I write like this feels weird to me on my right hand. Isn't that strange? And so I asked my daughter, I said, how do you crochet?
I hold it like a pencil in my right hand.
Right.
But I'll tell you why I love doing that. You'd think it would be more natural. When you hold it this way, you don't have anything to hold on to your piece for your I can't even think what word, the gripping for the gauge, to keep an even gauge. When I crochet, I'm crocheting like this, but I'm holding it like a pencil, but I'm holding that, and I've got tension. That's what I'm saying.
Helping. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
My pinkies help me to create tension, and because you're always having to, when you do it like this, I'm using my shoulder a lot. I've tried it, and the shoulder,
interesting,
it hurts. But if I'm like this, all movement is right here in my fingers. I'm not doing this, and that's that arm movement. But if you're, and that's kind of like English knitting versus continental, When you're English knitting, you're throwing, and it's that muscle, that's that shoulder movement. But when you're picking like this, everything, your shoulders don't move. Everything is just right here. Nothing's moving.
I gotta
but your
remember now.
fingers.
Now what I have to do is remember why it was more comfortable for me.
But in the big picture,
I think
holding with your pinky and then holding like a pencil, you're digging in and you're pulling, and you've got this pulling motion just right here that gives you good tension. And that's why that I've tried it the other way. I can't do it the other way. I need to be able to hold on to my piece, because you're holding nothing this way. You're having to use your left hand to try to create some of that, because you can't hold on to your piece when you're, or I can't. I mean, there might, some of you crocheters might need to tell us what works best for you.
Yeah, give us advice, because I feel like a newbie. I mean, I'm not a newbie, at least in knowing what stitches are, and that's good, and even charts, but I feel like a very much newbie. Now, I know everybody's going to ask, well, why are you even bothering to do that? And especially, so I did do something. I actually did this, and I just flipped it around and started doing it left-handed, because I'm so used to left-handed. But then what happened is my tension and gauge is different.
Tension gets different.
So I have to stay, I got to finish this thing out on the right hand. But the main reason...
You're probably with your left-handed knitting, holding it as a pencil, you're able to, in that hand, hold the fabric that you're making.
Well, so the reason, though, I really wanted to change to my right hand is mostly because I'm think it's Sue. It's Sue from the Mercery. I want to, I think, crochet fancier things, and I know that her patterns are going to probably be for right-handed, knitting or crocheting. And even when I did that the top last year, the directions were hard for me to go as a left-handed. It took too much brain energy. Now I could probably just throw them up.
A lot of brain energy.
I know. I don't want to. I know that's just not where I want to be creative. I'd rather be creative and not spend my brain figuring out what the directions are. So anyway, I thought, well, if I learn, and certainly if I'm already right-handed, it should be easy. But man, I'm gonna tell you what, it hasn't been easy. But I've only got about 2 more inches to do, and it goes really fast. So. Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw on the Knit Chat Cafe, Kelly had to think. Kelly has been crocheting the cutest hats, and of course she looks darling in hats, and she leaves the pattern of her little hats, and she's already made 2, and she probably whips them up, because look at this is all air, this is just chains, this should be done already. I mean, it should be done. And actually when I stretch it out, do you think I should stretch it out? Or will it stay little like this? Ooh, because you can't block it.
I don't think
no, it's gonna retract. I'm not gonna be able to keep it.
I'll
just leave it be. Okay. Anyway, so I just have a few inches of that. So enough of that. So yeah, so that's my projects, is a lot of unknitting, creating, but I'm having fun, but except for the crochet project. And it'll be, I'm going to love the hand sewing of it together.
What pattern is the purse?
So that is that YouTube from that woman from Turkey, and I will include it when I finish it and show it. But it's so easy. It's like, it's you have 10 here, and then it's chain 5. So you just figure out how...
Go ahead and put it in the description, because somebody might want to join you and do it with you,
Yeah, that's true.
It's a good little video. It shows exactly what to do.
Oh, it is. It's a really easy video. And then, we're going to go around, and we're going to fix all this. And it'll be very nice. So it'll be a nice little summer throw over my shoulder kind of thing. One that won't fall apart, because it's not from Amazon. I'm not hating on Amazon. I love Amazon. I shop a lot at Amazon, but my stuff is falling apart.
So we're I don't know if y'all have noticed it or not, but we've not pulled out of the junk drawer on this episode.
Oh, are we ready for the junk drawer? Wait a minute. Before we go to the junk drawer, let's do our community knits, our spotlight.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And then we'll go to the junk drawer. How does that sound?
That sounds good.
All right. So we do have 3 submissions for our spotlight, and here they are. Aren't they beautiful?
They are beautiful. Nicole, we got to see that sweater on the Zoom call, but you did a beautiful job on it. And she is putting a lot of projects into her fair, and so we can't wait to hear how many ribbons you get, because I believe you're going to get a lot. But that is a beautiful sweater.
Have you ever thought of submitting? Have you ever thought of submitting anything to the fair? I've never thought of it.
No, I've never thought about doing it.
Nicole's got me thinking about it.
I don't even go to the fair. I don't even know if we have a fair.
I just always miss it.
Yeah.
Oh, you do.
So yeah, I don't. I'm sure I do, but I don't know anything about it. So, but Nicole, you're gonna get some ribbons for sure. That's a beautiful sweater. And on the Zoom call, she talked about using Elizabeth Zimmerman's formula for making sweaters, and you just use a math formula without having an actual pattern. And she showed us multiple things that she had made using the Elizabeth Zimmerman just math formulas for making sweaters. Yeah, so she did a beautiful job. And Karen, we all want to knit like you. It's amazing how many things you're able to send to our spotlight to show. I don't even know how you do it, but that is a beautiful sweater. It looks store-bought. It's just absolutely beautiful. And then Kitty, what a beautiful sweater. I love the work at the top of it and the cabling.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Absolutely beautiful. And Kitty, welcome to our shopping club. She's a part of our shopping club now. You're going to love everything in the store. You're going to love shopping and getting wonderful products to help you age well. That is what our shopping club does. It helps you to age well.
It's so funny. Somebody said to me recently, they said, they were talking about aging, and she's like, I don't even know what happened to my waistline. It's just gone. It's just gone. I said, should we put out an Amber Alert? It's like, where do they go? We don't know. They're just gone.
I don't know.
Not to minimize missing children, but
I was complaining to my mother one time about how big my butt was, because I've always been blessed with a lot back there. And she said, honey, just enjoy that. She said, because one day it moves from the back to the front. And I'm thinking, yeah, it sure does. I've reached there. It's like,
we're there.
Did my
I'm there
waistline
anyway.
go? It's like it moved from the back to the front. Of course, now sometimes I look at myself and I'm thinking it's still back there, but it moved to the front too. It's in the back and the front.
Oh, yeah. We share because we care.
We're opening the junk drawer. Here we go.
But I do have a wonderful testimony about one of the products that we have in our shopping club, and it is an electrolyte drink that I drink every day.
I'm drinking it now.
And I had my granddaughters here. In fact, they all went home on Friday, and I had a trip to North Carolina, and I was with grandchildren from May 22nd until the morning that they left on June the 26th. So I have had a very, very busy month. But 2 of those weeks that I had the granddaughters, the 3-year-old was sick, and we finally were able to get to the bottom of that. It included a trip to the ER. But when I got to the ER, I was very concerned about her being dehydrated, because it was nausea and vomiting and diarrhea and, all the things that comes with a virus. And they treated her for a bacterial infection in her intestinal tract. But I was very concerned about dehydration. And when they did all of her blood work and all of that, and they were putting an IV in to give her fluids because they just assumed she probably was dehydrated, they came in and let me know that she was not dehydrated, and they were quite surprised with all that we had been going through. But for 2 weeks, the only thing that I would let her drink was the electrolyte beverage. And sometimes it would be so bad, her not wanting to drink, I'd sit her up on the counter and I would pour it into like a little medicine cup that you measure their medicines in. And I would say, honey, you only have to drink this little bit right here.
Yeah.
And I would give her like 4 cups of it. And I just made sure that she kept, and she wasn't drinking enough. If that was just water, it wasn't enough what she was drinking. But because everything she was drinking was the electrolyte drink, then she was not dehydrated. And we'd already been going through that for about 2 weeks. So yeah, when we tell you that you're going to love our shopping club, you're going to love it. It literally has so many things that are going to actually help you age well.
Well, and so my husband watches a lot of fishing videos, and these fishers are out there in the heat, and I'll always see the Gatorade bottles in the boats.
Yeah.
And you guys, I literally cringe. If you are a nurse, you know what's really in there. Nobody should be drinking Gatorade. It's poison. It's full of dyes, and it's just full of chemicals.
And sugar, full of
and
sugar.
It's just not good for you. And so I just always cringe. I'm thinking, oh goodness, they need Sustain. And the beautiful thing about the Sustain is it can come in pack. You can get the tubs, or it comes in travel packs.
Yeah.
And you can just take bottles of water. You can freeze your water. You can take, and you can make them as you need them. But I
the
drink them
lemon,
every day.
the lemon is one of my favorite.
Love it.
And it is great for when
you can add
eat in a
anything
restaurant.
to it.
Yeah, and when you eat in a restaurant, used to you would ask for lemon water. Just order your water and just dump your little packet of electrolytes into your water, and you're getting a good beverage, a free beverage, and not having to buy that expensive beverage at the.
They probably don't like that, but
at the but the lemonade is clear, so if they don't like it, they won't know
That's
it.
true.
You just put it in there when they're not looking.
That's right.
But
That's
for
right.
those of you that are watching brand new today, how you can find out about our shopping club is go to our website, yarnoverwithus.com, scroll down, request information, and the best way for us to share it is to send you a little 12-minute video.
Yep,
So that's
just a
how
little
you're going to
video.
be introduced to our shopping club.
Yep.
So just go there and request it, and
Yep.
you're going to love it. And again, welcome, Kitty.
Yeah. And you know what? I want to mention another product. We usually don't go off on too many products, but I'm a happy glamper. No, I do not camp. I glamp. I have all the glamour of home in my camper. But what's out there or just in your yard are bugs and ticks. And, I don't know how much to believe about this tick business, but I just know that even if they're like normal ticks, there's Lyme disease and other issues. And the beautiful thing about our, I have it. Wait a minute. Wait for it. I don't have the pump on it. Our insect spray from the store. We don't sell anything. We just share because we care. Is you do not need to take a shower after you use it. You use off or whatever, and it is so vile. You can't even climb in your bed. This really smells like essential oils. It's like perfume. I mean, just use it, and if you forget to wash it off for some reason, it's okay because it smells great. But the ticks, I'm going to put up a picture that I found. I don't know if these are different types of ticks or if they're just different ages of ticks, but some of them are so tiny, you wouldn't even know they're on you. But other bugs as well. I mean, flies. Oh, that time I was at the beach, and it was July, and it was, I don't know, it's the only time of the year when the flies are on the beach. It's just a weird thing, and they bite, and they're really nasty. And I'm, of course, squirt, and some woman saw me, and then she asked me what I was spraying, and I told her, and she got a shopping account over the bug spray. But it smells like clove. It smells yummy. So anyway,
And
yeah,
we
bug
love it, and
season
the
is
bugs
bad
hate
this
it.
year.
Yeah,
Yes.
we love it. The bugs hate
Yeah,
it.
and the bugs are bad, and here we've been getting some rain now, and with rain come more bugs. We need the
Yeah.
rain, but we have more bugs and mosquitoes and whatnot. So, yeah, I love that bug spray, and I keep it in my camper, keep it in my house, and Danny keeps it in his boat just in case. So, yeah, it's a great store, great products.
I've got some yarn to show.
Oh yes, you're
you
going
know,
from the salty sheep.
Yes, from the Salty Sheep.
I'm gonna
Peggy
go.
is the owner.
I'm going
Yeah,
next week.
and so anyway, I was there. The reason I was in North Carolina is I went there on the trip with Mary Catherine and my daughter and her 4 daughters, and Mary Catherine took the girls to a camp that she went to when she was a child, and me and my husband went to when we were children, and so she wanted her girls to experience it. And
Nice.
so I usually go see my family, my sister, my daddy, usually just about one time a year. So anyway, we kind of combined that trip that Mary Catherine was wanting to do with the trip that I would do to see my family. And my daddy is 81 years old, and so we had a lot of family to come in. And we made, it was at times very hectic. And most of the time, there was 11 children running around my sister's house. And
Your
my
mother
sister
would have
lives
loved
near the
that.
water, and we've got a neat little picture with all 11 of them lined up on the pier. I'll have to share that with you so you
Okay,
can show
yes,
this.
send it to me. I'll put it
And
up.
then my daddy, of course, we were all there, and we were wanting to get a picture of him with the different families, and so we put him in a chair outside under a tree, and then the families would just go and gather around him. And so I'll share a picture that we took with Mary Catherine, the girls, and me with my daddy. And it was so funny. The kids, one of the kids, I think it was one of my granddaughters, she was saying, "Why do we have to do this?" They were wanting to play. It's like to slow down to have to get pictures taken.
Yeah.
And I looked at her, and it was like, oh, I just don't feel like going into all of the reasons why we're doing that. And I just looked at her, and they call my daddy G-Bob. I said, because G-Bob is going to die one day. And when he dies, we want a picture of you with him. And
Let's
when
get
I
right to
said
the point.
it's like, well, I'm not gonna, sugarcoat this or whatever. But it's like he's 81, and we've all got to get pictures with him. And so,
What did she say?
She just looked at me. And
She
it's
got
like,
it. Yeah.
He's gonna die. It's like, yes, he's gonna die, and one day when he's not here anymore, we're gonna want to be able to remember this moment and that we were in
Yeah.
pictures with him and all of that. And so anyway, it was a great trip. But I snuck over to the Salty Sheep because I love going to that yarn shop in Swansboro, North Carolina. And Peggy is delightful. I got a picture with her, so I'll share that with you too. But what I got there was hold on, I got to get it out.
I'm going to go next week because I'm going to be at the Emerald Coast for the 4th of July.
She's
glamping,
going to
and
be
I'm
right
gonna
near
go.
where
I've never
where-
been.
oh, you
I'm
can
so
see I hadn't tied
excited.
my ends in. So what I did is I got yarn for socks. So I got sock sets. So I got this
Aren't
pretty.
those pretty?
Yeah, this is by I don't even know how to pronounce that. But anyway, this is the yarn that I got. This
Isn't that
company does the
festive?
Zuber balls. So anyway, this is, and she had minis, and so I picked out this mini to go with this sock yarn.
Nice.
And then I got, this is a fun one, and this is Arnie and Carlos yarn, and I picked this mini to go with that.
Look at those fun colors.
Isn't that fun looking for
I
socks?
love it. I love that
And then
purple.
I got this one to make
Okay,
socks.
yeah. Nice.
And then I saw this little mini set, and it's by Frogget Yarns. It's froggetyarns.com. And it was their holiday gingerbread house set. And I thought this would make a beautiful mini
Oh.
solution scarf. And
Oh,
so I got
yes.
this.
Love
So
it.
those were my purchases from the yarn shop. And I was really proud of myself because I didn't do too bad. You know, you go in there and
Yeah.
I always buy yarn with a purpose. I don't, it's very rare
Right.
that I buy yarn that I don't have already an idea of what I'm going to do with that yarn. It makes me feel better about buying it because I have a purpose for it.
Right. Well, speaking of buying things, I love Three by the Sea. They have some of the most beautiful
Yes, they do.
yarn but gadgets. But
Yeah.
here's the thing, and I've said this before, they sell out so fast.
Yeah, they do.
I just phew. So but I was able to get these.
Oh, I need vitamins. I need
SEA, vitamin C.
vitamin C. Yes, I
And
like that.
then I love these 3 markers because it's like, oh, here, let me get it. The sign to go to the beach, get to the beach,
Oh,
get your chair with your umbrella, and then you get your drink.
there you go.
That's pretty much how that goes. And it's so odd that something so little makes my knitting so fun. I just love these markers so much.
I know it just makes everything happy.
It does. And then I have to tell you about this. So if you were on the Zoom, you already heard this, but you're going to hear it again. So on National Knit in Public Day, which I was unaware of that it was that day, I knit in public with one of our Yarn Circle members. And if you remember, we had a special guest, Denise, talking about why the ranunculus is so popular. So I finally got to meet Denise in person. And you guys, I probably told her more about me than I ever should. I hope she still, wants to even be my friend. No, I'm kidding. But we talked for like 5 hours, and we didn't even knit that much. We did knit a little bit, but we just talked. We had coffee at a really cute coffee shop. It was an old house that they turned into a real fancy little coffee shop. But it was only open till 1, which is perfect because then guess what? We went to lunch. So then we went for, of course, Mexican for lunch. She loves Mexican. So she loves to knit and loves Mexican and loves the Lord.
I
So
love
we could be friends.
Mexican.
And so, but we had a really fun time. But she made a gift for me. And
Aw.
she did a project
Aw.
bag. So
Isn't
let me
that
tell you about this project bag.
beautiful?
This is recycled wool. So she goes to Goodwill or whatever and gets wool skirts and things. And then she puts these on. She gets scrap leather. And she makes, and the only thing she said that was not recycled was the zipper. But it's a project bag. Isn't that neat?
Beautiful. I love it.
I was so humbled.
Oh, I
and I was
love it.
I was even gonna bring her some. I was gonna bring some eggs, but my girls weren't laying, so I didn't take a gift. But anyway, but I felt so blessed. But isn't it beautiful? I love
It
this
is
fabric that
beautiful.
she hand stitches on there. So now she's giving me ideas, and she said she mostly finds her wool up in Virginia, which makes sense because it's colder there. I wouldn't
Yeah.
find a lot of wool around here. But I just think that's so neat. It's nice and thick, and I wonder what this actually was. It must have been like a wool blanket. It's pretty thick, but anyway.
That's really neat.
But it was so fun.
A reason to go to
meet
thrift
her.
stores.
Yes, and it was just so fun to meet her, and she's so excited to meet you in August.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, she will be with us in August. August 7th, we are going to be at the Southern Comforts. What's the rest of it? Southern Comforts Fiber Festival. Yeah,
Yes.
Fiber Festival in Charlotte. And it's a very, very nice event. And we are going to be at Swan City.
Swan City.
And so
With
more
Carolyn.
about that later.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So anyway, if you want to pop over, we're going on a Friday because there's just less people and we have things to do on Saturday. So what are you going to do for the
That's fun.
4th? Anything?
Ooh, Linda, I'm just going to enjoy being at home. I'm going to feel like
I
that I'm
get
on
it.
vacation, just being
Yeah.
at home. There's no. I'm like
get it.
Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. There is no place
No
like
place
home.
like home. I know.
No place like home.
There,
I
it's
love my
true.
home.
It's true. Which is why I make my camper like home.
Yeah.
People are like, "Oh, you camp? Oh, I used to have a tent." I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. We don't camp.
No.
We have a mobile,
glamp.
tiny home."
Yeah.
And that's the luxury of anything on wheels. You know, you can do
Yeah.
that. Even a pop-up can be a tiny mobile, you know. But
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys are still camping, God bless you. I just don't have the energy for it. So anyway,
I have no
I don't want
desire.
to work hard. You know, I used to do it when
I
the
have
kids
no
were young. We'd
desire.
go in tents, and I did all the cooking and cleaning
Oh.
and washing the kids up and all
Well,
that.
my
and,
body can't even handle that anymore.
yeah, I know. But
I
but
don't
they
wanna
loved
sleep on
it.
the
You know, they
dirt
loved
and
it.
on the ground.
And so
Ooh,
the older you get, the higher off the ground you get.
that's right. That's exactly everything. Everything needs to be higher.
I know, this is why I love my SUV. I'm like, I will never be in a sedan
Everything
again.
needs to be higher the older
Scoop
you
right
get.
in. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, let me look at my notes. Have we forgotten anything? We talked about our Ravelry group. We talked about what we've been doing. We shared our projects. Girl, I think we are done.
And if you're still here and you're new, like and comment and subscribe because we're growing our community. We're glad
Yes.
you're here. We're glad
Yes,
you're
we
here.
are so glad. You're such a blessing. And don't forget to sign up for the emails so that you can know about the Zoom, because we share things on the Zoom that we don't share here. All righty, everybody. Well, I guess with that, we can just say again, have a very safe and fun 4th of July for our U.S. Watchers. And for the rest of you, have a great couple of weeks, and we will see you in 2.
And two.
All right. Happy knitting. Bye.